Hello, Leo, and welcome to your end of October / Taurus full moon reading. Dun dun dun. I wanted to be like pizzazzy. Anyway, but just to give you guys a little gist of what we're going to do here, back on the 8th of October when we had our new moon, I actually had, I was inspired to do a new moon reading for you guys, which pretty much, I got individual messages for each sign. And I was going to share these messages with you guys and then kind of pull cards to see like those seeds of intention that you would plant during the new moon and seeing how they would manifest up until the full moon. But unfortunately, life happened. I got really busy and I wasn't able to do that. But when I sat down to do this read, I just felt that, it would still work in the sense of like backtracking. So it's like if you felt kind of inspired since then to kind of attune to a certain direction or an energy, this is kind of like a pat on the back, like saying you're on the right path type of deal, right? So I'm gonna read the little blurb that I have for you guys in the intention seed. And if you haven't said it, you can totally set it now. No problem. And then after that, we're gonna do a general spread for you guys for the end of October going into November. And then I'm gonna pick 2 oracles for you guys. So the message that I had for Leo is the seed of intention that you guys would set or plant is presence and deep listening. And the little blurb says, do you hear me or are you listening? Listening is an action word. It requires participation. It also requires presence, not analyzing or thinking of an answer or solution or response, just simply listening. Being present in the moment and truly connecting with someone. If you've been wondering how to show someone you care or reconnect, just listen. So now we're going to pull a little spread. Oh, wait. Did you guys have a mantra? Oh, your mantra is I shine. And it was important to note that sunflowers were important for you guys as well. So now we're going to pull a general spread just to kind of pick up on where you guys are now, any challenges that you're facing, any influences that are around you that can assist you guys in manifesting during this wonderful Taurus full moon energy that we're under right now today and for the next 3 days. And just anything you guys know to equip you going into November. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for my Leo peoples. Please give us some insight on what they need to know and what will assist them on their journey. How we can assist them in being more present. How we can assist them in active listening. I have tons of worksheets on active listening if you're about that life. I am the worksheet queen. You know what I'm saying? So, Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for my Leos, please, Spirit. I thank you in advance. Central energy, challenges, past influence, what is before you, what is below you, and what is above you, Leo. Okay, so present energy that we have for Leo is the Chariot. Now, like I said, I don't read these in reverse, but I always take note when they're like, in reverse. So with this, when I flipped it over, it was in the reverse, but we're looking at it upright. So the thing is, I'm more or less sensing for you guys that it's a desire to move forward, right? But not really knowing how to do that exactly. But the key is that you're looking in the wrong direction. So you're looking to something outside of you, right? To inspire you or to motivate you to move forward, right? Or so it's either like in a sense of inspiration or looking to a person or something that is outside of your person to inspire you to move forward. But the key is to come into, well, I wouldn't even say come into. I would say this is literally an acceptance thing. It's like realizing that your willpower, your inspiration, your motivation, all of that comes from an internal place. So even if there's an external stimuli, so to speak, that inspires you to do something, your ability to carry that out or to make that tangible or to manifest it is coming from you, right? And I'm looking at how his hand is on his heart. So it's like it's coming from your heart space. It's coming from, and this is making me think, I don't even know, was that Virgo? I don't remember who it was. But when I did the Life Purpose Oracle readings and I talked about like that breastplate, right? And that being like all the symbolism that it had. And if you want to go check, I have it on the community tab because it was the Jewish breastplate as well as the Native American breastplate and like all of the symbolism within those two. I feel like this is very relevant right now. But it's more or less like still this thing with balance, with you guys gaining dominion over your, I guess you would say like your lower self and your higher self, but in the sense of like your selfish desires and higher ideals and finding that middle point in between the two, if that makes sense. Anyway, but finding that balance between the two so that you can move forward. So the thing that's really holding you guys back and why it is that you're not taking action is because you're looking in the wrong direction. We can look to the external world for inspiration, but it's removing the power from it and taking it back into our hands of remembering that we're ultimately the ones that are the executors, right? So the challenge that you guys have is the Nine of Cups. So it's like it's right there. Having your wishes fulfilled. It's the fact that, and this has been a theme too, it's this feeling of like pouring so much into something, putting so much effort into something and not seeing the results of the effort. But I'm really seeing that this is just an energetic thing. Like you have all of the right ingredients for the recipe, but the only thing that's missing here is returning that power to you. And I'm hearing like pilot. So I'm thinking about like, not like a pilot, like, wait, not pilot? It's neither here nor there. But I'm hearing it like, you know, like a gas stove. So it's kind of like you're turning it and it's that tick, 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 tick. And it's like, you know, the flame doesn't ignite, but it's like you need to twist it and hit the ignite button to get that spark so that, you know, you can turn your stove on. So the thing is that you're doing all of the right stuff. It's just that you're waiting for the spark to come from outside, but it's going to come from within. And I think just realizing that is what's going to create a shift. So it's more or less like you channeling that power to manifest it. Now, past influences that we have or unhelpful past behaviors is that 2 sevens? The 7 of Cups. Yes, it is. Very interesting. So the key here is like death by options. It's having so many what ifs, what's possibles, what could be's, fears. What if this happens? What if this doesn't work out? What if this doesn't come through? You know what I'm saying? To where your vision is blocked because you're so much in a mental space. And that kind of goes back to you guys' intention setting. And I'm seeing this more or less like deep listening with spirit, like being present in the moment, because this is not a present energy. This is being in a headspace projecting future tense, right? To where you're not really seeing what's going on here because your thoughts or fears are so cloudy. You know what I'm saying? So it's really making that decision. It's you tuning back in with yourself, being present, tuning back in with yourself, being clear on where it is that you're headed. You know what I'm saying? Making a choice and just moving on it. Because it's like, I even sense like a little perfectionism with this too. It's like, and who did I sense that with? Who was before y'all? Was it Cancer? I don't know if that was Cancer or if that was Aries. I don't remember what it was. But it's just this constantly modifying things, trying to make it just right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm almost seeing it in a sense of like you guys are holding yourselves back. So the only thing that is stopping you is you, in so many words. So it's to kind of get out of this headspace and really ground yourself. Look at the options that you have that are realistic, that are tangible, and just moving with it. You know what I mean? And trusting that things are going to fall into place. Because with this 9 of Cups, it's like I'm seeing what you guys are working towards. It's literally like right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally right in front of you. but it's like you can't see it because you're focused in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? And your below energy is the Knight of Swords. And okay, so here's the thing. A little bit of this fear is rooted in the fact of you're trying to be wise, right? So the vibe I get with you guys is you have a history of being very hasty with things, right? So you usually get an idea, or like past tense, and you just acted on it, or, you know, spoke without thinking. And this is even making me think again about this whole little thing. So like a person who, and this is kind of like another scenario, but I'm gonna get to that in a second because I don't want to throw off what I'm sensing with this. But this is more or less like you've always been hasty and you've always acted. So if you think about the Chariot in like full power mode, like full speed ahead, you get an idea and you're just running with it, right? So I think the thing is that you guys aren't giving yourself enough credit to see how much you've grown since then. Because it's like you're not the same person. It's like we evolve every day. So it's like you're not the same person that you used to be. But the thing is that you're afraid of recreating this future again. So instead of like you moving super duper quick and not thinking about what you're doing and just being very reactionary, now you're over analyzing. So at one point you weren't thinking, now you're overthinking. And what I'm sensing with this Chariot about like that balance I talked about, like with the, you know, lower desires and the higher ideals and finding that place in the middle, it's you trusting yourself enough to step out of this pattern of black and white thinking and trusting your growth enough, knowing that you're being led by spirit to, you know, step into this little middle road. What is it with everybody in the middle road? And like I say, I see 2 7s. For me, that's divine timing, dagnabbit, son of a gun. Then with our 9, we got the end of a cycle. So the thing is you guys need to give yourself more credit for the progress that you've made up to this point. I also see that a Cancer person may also be helpful to you, or maybe trying to help you, but you're not trying to let them help you on some stuff. So I kind of feel like this person has kind of been where you are, and they're kind of trying to help you out, but I just feel like you're so, that's what it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the other scenario that I was sensing and how it's relating back to this is like how it's saying, where is it at? How it says, okay, listening is an action word. It requires participation. It also requires presence. Not analyzing or thinking of an answer or solution or response, just simply listening, being present in the moment, and truly connecting with someone. So the thing that I'm sensing here is like a miscommunication. So whether this is, because you know this is general, so whether this is like in a couple situation or it's with someone who's trying to stand into a role to help you, it's like I feel like you're not seeing their help as help because you're so here. Like you're so in your headspace that when this person is talking, you'll kind of pick up on bits and pieces of what they're saying and you jump the gun, right? Because it's like you've already made up in your mind what you think it is that they're saying. But if you really truly listened to what it is that they're saying, you would see that it's so much deeper and is literally the solution. And they're trying to be in service to you to get you out of this place. But it's either, I don't know if it's like you discredit the person because of the role that they play or their age or whatever. It's just that you've already made a judgment about this person and you've made like a pretty brash judgment. And this person is literally, and that's why I feel like it's right there. I get it. Thank you, Spirit. This is so, this, cause look, blah, blah, blah. Like, so this is how it's on the table. And how I kept saying it's like, it's right there. It's like, it's right there, right? Your wishes being fulfilled is legit, like right here, dude. But the thing is you're so caught up in this mental space, right? That you cannot see the forest beyond the freaking tree on some stuff, right? So there's, for that other group of people, it's in the form of a person. And if you would just listen and, you know, stop prejudging, it's like you would see that the solution and the bridge to the other side is legit in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You're above energy. More of this. Nine of Swords. It's fears, 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 fears. So for those of you who are like, you know, we're the little hasty bumpkins back in the day, like I said, the fear of recreating that, it's being afraid that you're going to squander all that you worked for by being hasty. So for you guys, give yourself credit. You have grown. You are not the same person that you were. It's like this unction and this urge that you're getting a spirit like, yo, move. Like, you're right here. Like, stop overthinking it. So it's getting that balance in between the two extremes. But there's nothing to feel bad about with that, because I say, like, when it comes to growth and development, that's always how it works out. It's like, you know, if, like, say if I'm obsessive, right? So I'm an obsessive eater, or an obsessive, like, dad eater, that of which I am. And I decide, like, no, you know, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm going to eat clean, right? So not only do I go from this side of the spectrum to this side of the spectrum of eating clean, like, I'm not just eating clean, it's like I'm going vegan, and I'm only drinking alkaline water, and I'm looking at, like, you know, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want anything that is non-organic. I don't want anything with any GMO. I don't want gluten. I don't want anything. So it's like I'm just completely restricting myself. So and that's where this is talking about the Hermetic principle, the law of polarity, how it's like, it's seeming opposites, right? But it's two things of the same, just on two different extremes. Because the key is here, I've taken like an addictive kind of behavior, I've dressed it in a different coat, and it's more socially acceptable or more healthy, seemingly. But at the root, it's still like, well, at the basis of it, the foundation, the seed level, it's still the same energy of obsession. So where I was obsessing over eating unhealthy food, I'm obsessing now over eating healthy food. But we're thinking the issue lies in the unhealthy food and needing to go to the healthy, but we're never addressing that main theme and vein between the two, which is the obsession. So the problem isn't what you're going ape in. It's the essence. It's the obsession that's the problem. So you can dress it up as much as you want, but it's like that carries a certain vibration that's going to draw certain things in. And what I'm seeing for you guys, it's like the worry. It's this fear of backstepping. But I feel like I need to say the same thing to you that I said to Gemini. You're not in the same energy. Like, not only are you not the same person anymore, you are not under the same energy vibration. Like, and I'm saying this like big picture, like, we're not under the same frequency that we were past tense. So even if you wanted to and attempted to make the same mistakes you've made in the past, it's not going to manifest now how it did then, if that offers some solace, you know? So this is really a factor of you trusting yourself and freeing yourself from your fears. Thank you, Spirit. So when I talk about is you holding yourself back, you're the only person that's standing in your way, it's not you, it's that guy, right? So if we look at this as like our id, you know what I'm saying? Our little pleasure principle person, it's all of these insidious fears that are rising up of what if you fail and da-da-da-da. All of that is what it is that's keeping you stuck. So it's not just you personhood, it is your fears that are keeping you bound. So it's time to kind of cut the cords on that and to release it. And this is kind of like the same. Okay, so we might have a Leo Cancer cusp person here because we had a Gemini Taurus cusper. So this may be a Leo Cancer cusp person, because I know with Cancer, I described it more in an energetic sense with them. But it's kind of like this etheric cord. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good Lord. This is that reading from the beginning of October all over again. Yes, it is. And I'm thinking about the black horse and the white horse that I saw in the vision. Okay, so this is a person who may very well be a Cancer Leo cusp, because I think that Leo did come up in that reading. So if you haven't, go back and watch the Cancer reading from the beginning of October, because it's going to be a big help to you. But, because it's like I legit like saw this in the desert or whatever. But the whole point that I'm saying is here is that you're under a different energy, and spirit is trying to thrust you forward, but the only thing that's holding you back is your mindset. It's the fact that you're perceiving a completely new energy as if it's the old, and it's more or less taking off those rose-colored glasses so you can see like where you really are now, which is dope AF, just saying. So going forward, we have the Empress. Freaking A. Oh my gosh, I am so excited and so happy right now. I just cannot even, Leo. Y'all are the bomb. Oh my gosh. Okay, so going forward, you guys are stepping into Empress energy. So I see that you guys are going to overcome this challenge. Whether it's from listening to me or anything else, you know, you guys are going to break out of this. You're going to cut ties with the fears and move forward. Because the thing that I'm saying is here, people, why I brought up the Cancer reading is because, like I said, I explained it energetically with Cancer. But I mean, I guess I could be, because if it's a Cancer Leo Cusp person, I just won't say the same thing that I said last one. So I'll make it a little bit more tangible. That's why, like, I changed the name of the one for Cancer to, you know, were you hexed? Because it's coming off to me energetically as like an etheric cord. So like a soul tie or you know, karmic red ribbon between two people. And it's almost like the jig is up. You know what I'm saying? The jig is up. The cycle has ended. It's time for everybody to go where the heck they belong. You know what I'm saying? But it's like this person did not want to let go. So it's in the sense of where, and I'll go more into detail of this because I don't want to spook you out. It's like when we talk about like someone, you know, psychic attack, bam, right? Psychic attack manifesting as self-doubt, or we talk about gaslighting, you know what I'm saying? We talk about manipulation, we talk about putting people in double binds, downplaying a person's reality, or just straight up like witchcraft, black magic, hexes, all of that good stuff. All of these things are one and the same. And y'all know it's like how I see things energetically. I'm always looking for the polar mirror to that in the physical realm. So the thing is like manipulation, mind control, brainwashing, lies, deception, all of that stuff is a form of what, if you wanted to consider it, black magic or hexes, spells, and things of the sort. Because words are fruit. Words have life. You know what I'm saying? And like my Reiki master told me some time ago, because back in the day, I used to think the whole concept of psychic attack was like retarded. Like literally, I was just like, that don't make no sense. And he said, if as Reiki practitioners, if we can send life force energy, healing energy through a computer, through a phone, in a letter, you know what I'm saying? Distance, across the country, different time zone. He's like, why would you not think that a person couldn't just simply look at a picture of you and send you negative thoughts? And I was like, what? And he was like, it's the same portal, but he was like, it depends on the person who's utilizing it, whether it's higher vibrational energy or lower vibrational energy that's sent, but the channel itself is neutral. That blew my mind to the point where I was just like, oh my God, right? But now that's like legit true. Now, how I'm sensing this for you guys is, I mean, whether it, because if a person puts, because we always have to look at the deeper essence of things. If a person puts a hex or a spell or burns a candle on you or whatever, it's that same concept, like what my Reiki master taught me of that portal. It's like we're all interconnected. We're all connected. To believe anything other than the sword, it's just asinine. You know what I'm saying? So on a deeper level, we're all interconnected. So that's how it's like I can think about someone and they call, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, the synchronicities and things that we see, things of the sort. So it's these different channels of communication. And what I sense for you guys and for Cancer as well is like there's a person, and it may be like a karmic partner or something that was in your life. And it could be family too, because, you know, you can have energetic cords with people that you're related to. But it's more or less like, it was like, all right, the lesson is learned, time to cut out. And this person was like, hell no. You know, it's like, I'll be damn if they move on with their life. You know what I'm saying? So whether this person was doing this through actual spell work, through actual burning of candles, through actual incantations and writing stuff over your name and things, and staring at your picture, whatever it is that they did, or if it was just simply in the other form of black magic that people aren't too privy about, of the fact that manipulation, gossip, you know what I'm saying? Like slander, all of these things are also a form of dark magic, because it's hexes or spells or binding in a sense, because it's removing a person's free will. It's like you have eliminated all other choices for a person to choose, and you've only left them with two really shitty options that seem to give them free choice, but it's really not a free choice at all, because either you pick door number one or door number two, you're screwed either way. You know what I'm saying? But it's presenting it to the person as if, you know what I'm saying? Like telling a person that okay. Oh, okay. That kind of works. If a person, it's like, okay, should I use the gun or the knife? And it's like, I don't really like knives. I'm more partial to guns. Okay, well, I'm about to shoot you in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And it's like, no, you totally just chose the gun, meaning you wanted me to shoot you in the face. And it's like, no, you asked me like what my preference was. I had no idea that you were saying that I was going to die right now. And it's like, how could you not know that? You know what I'm saying? Like mind games like that, you're gaslighting and stuff like that. Narcissistic abuse, that's like all a form of your darker, lower vibrational magics, aside from, incantations and burning candles and things of the sort. And that's the energy that I'm kind of sensing with you guys. But I do see that you're coming out of that, because see, the thing is, especially like with these 2 sevens, where it is that you guys are going is divinely orchestrated. So, ooh, Lord, I need to offer some prayers up for this person, because y'all playing the wrong game. Whew, sweet baby Jesus. Okay, so here's the thing. It's one thing you could try to be playing, because karma is real, y'all. We can try to humor ourselves and be playing with other people's paths, bruh. But see, when you try to step in and intervene on something that Spirit has ordained that must come to pass, because it's literally fated to be so, like for this person to go where it is that they're going, and you're trying to tamper with that, like, dude, you are playing with your life. That's games you don't want to play, because you do not want to reap that karma, because that is not no regular type of stuff that we're talking about here, okay? Just saying. So anyway, this person was literally trying to attack you and I don't know if they knew this or not, but it's like, whoever this Leo is, bro, I don't know who you are, Leo, but whoever this person is, you're covered, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You are covered, okay? You are delivered. No, I just wanted to throw that in there. But literally, you're like protected, which is why I see now, like, why I was getting brought back to that. I don't even know who that, I think that was for Virgo. I think it was Virgo. Why I'm going back to that life purpose reading. So if this resonates with you and you haven't watched that life purpose, I think that was Virgo. If you resonate with this at all, if it's anywhere in your chart, doesn't matter, and you resonated or have not watched the Virgo Life Purpose Oracle reading, I feel like all of this is going to kind of come full circle for you, because the key is like, this person that I'm talking about has like a super serious mission on some stuff, like some serious, like bringing people out of bondage on some stuff, freeing people, healing people, you know what I'm saying? And this person was someone that was supposed to be in their life temporarily, because they learned a great deal of lessons with this person. I feel like both of them did. But because we have free will, this other person elected to ascend to who and what it is that Spirit was revealing to them that they are. And the other person elected to stay in the low vibrational energy. And I mean, hey, that's your prerogative. You know what I'm saying? We all have choice. You do what you want. Whatever's easier for you. Don't make a difference. But the thing is, where I feel slightly offended of the fact of like, how dare you on some stuff? How dare you try to intervene in another person's destiny for your own selfishness? Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? So I see that this is what the person was trying to do, but dude, this was so ordained for you. Like, can't nobody come in between what it is that you walking into. Boo thing, boo boo boo. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's probably why I was thinking of that quote earlier. I was thinking about this quote I wrote some time ago that said, like, I'll post it when I find it. It's something along the lines of, like, they thought that they were harming you or hurting you or holding you back, but unbeknownst to them, they were, like, playing into the role that Spirit wanted them to thrust you into where it is that you're ordained to be. So that's where things, like my daddy say, all things work together for the good, you know? Because even, and I can say this big scale in life in totality, dude. If something is for you, it's for you. Even the most horrible, most painful things that we go through in our lives will always end up adding to our highest good. It just may not seem that way in the very beginning. It could be probably the darkest time in your life, but the thing is that becomes a doorway to, you know, a destiny that you could not have ever fathomed. But it's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because we aren't, like one of my sweethearts says, he's like, sometimes I feel like my life is God's comedy channel. And I'm like, nah, man, it's like Spirit would never, you know, subject us to just like, you know, the Truman Show or something like that. It's like everything is always working out for your favor, but it's just, you know, kind of like how I was thinking about with the whole birth canal thing. You know, babies have to feel like they're going into the 7 layers of hell before they get to the other side of the, you know, birthing canal to realize, like, oh, that's that lady's voice that I always heard that I like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, that's what all that was for. You know what I'm saying? So it always gets worse before it gets better. But overall, yo, the main thing I'm sensing with this is there was somebody who was legit trying to attack you, whether it was like, you know, over here somewhere and them trying to do it energetically through, like dark magic kind of stuff. And I keep doing quotes when I say that because I don't even like referring to it that way. But just a low vibrational person using energy in a negative way that's not in a person's highest good. But and then for others it's like a mental abuse type of thing, like a narcissistic abuse, like somebody trying to play mind games on you, trying to gaslight you and stuff like that. To me, those are two in the same. It's two different manifestations of the same thing, because at the heart of it, it's all energy regardless. But I feel like you guys are coming out of this time, so a lot of just this conflict or this, you know, pause, all of this is intricately related to that. So, how I was kind of saying, like, looking at external factors, is like what I see what was going on behind the scenes with this is all of this confusion and this fear and not being able to see clearly and all this stuff that was coming from somebody trying to attack you. And of others, it could literally just be your own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? For those of you, because like I said, if you resonate with this, like, I had a feeling that was happening, then, you know, I mean, in that case. But, you know, if this has never crossed your mind and it's totally freaking you out right now at the thought, then it was just, you know, your own thoughts and those fears, right? So, oracle cards that I have for you guys. First is Surrender Stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body and let the stress go as you come back to center. Go back and watch Cancer's reading, and I tell you a cool way to do that, since y'all reading is officially the longest. Next is Surrender Denial. I hear see them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's making me think about a story in the Bible. When, it was like right after the Last Supper, and Jesus like told everybody that he was about to be crucified and stuff, and like he was, you know, leaving, and Peter was like, oh no, you don't have to do that, like, you don't have to be crucified, what you mean, bro? Like, nah, you ain't gotta do all that. And Jesus turned around and was like, get behind me, Satan. And it's like, dang, like, excuse you? trying to help you out. Trying to tell you you ain't got to do all that. But it makes me think about that because that's like, you know, there's a deeper meaning to that. It's the simple fact that if you stick within the theme of what the crucifixion of Jesus symbolized, so it's like, you know, the healing or the freedom and deliverance of mankind and Jesus being like the bridge of mankind back to God, right? So I'm using this as a theoretical sense, so, you know, I hope I'm not triggering anyone. But, so it's like being that bridge. So, like, him being the proverbial middle road back to the disconnect from God with the whole Adam and Eve thing, blah, 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 right? So, Peter acting in what seems as if, like, when I talk about, like, how I said, you know, eating healthy food and unhealthy food, in his mind, it's like, this is my best friend. I don't want to see my best friend get captured and killed in like the worst possible way imaginable. So to him, it's like, I'm trying to protect you. Like, you don't have to do this, right? But because there was a level of him not understanding, right? Like the whole deeper connotation of all of this stuff, the reason why Jesus was like, get behind me, Satan, is because it's out of selfishness that Peter wanted to save his life, when him losing his life was actually the greatest thing that could happen for everyone that subscribes to that belief system, right? So if, say hypothetically, if Jesus would have been like, you know what, Peter, I ain't gotta die. You're right. You know, let's go back to Nazareth or something, right? And then Jesus just like deuces out, right? It is like, you know, still subscribing to that belief system, then all of mankind would still be separated. Well, I can't say all of mankind. So only the people who believe would still be separated, right? So it wouldn't be fulfilled. So the thing is that sometimes when we have the best intentions, and I kind of do sense this with this person, it's not really so much of a hate, like, I just hate your guts. It's just like, them not doing their work got them to a place of like either envy of seeing another person's happiness, or a place of, how am I supposed to know what life is like without you? You know what I'm saying? And they're in that place because they did not do their own work. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the personal responsibility that we all have. But the thing that I'm seeing with this is for you guys to surrender denial, and why I use that story and everything, of seeing things for how it is. Like, you could have sympathy, but it's just the simple fact that this person is trying to hold you back from your destiny for reasons that are not set in having your best interest, or the people that it is that you would be aligning with or helping or teaching or whatever. They're not thinking about any of that. They're only thinking about themselves and their needs and what works for them and what they want for themselves, and not thinking about how that affects you. And the denial that you have to surrender is coming to the realization of this. Every blockade that this person has put into your life has not, it seemed like it was in your best interest, but it's them not wanting to see you. This is definitely, because this is the same thing I said in this Cancer reading. This is definitely Cancer, Leo, Cusp, or somebody that has these placements heavily in their chart between Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. But it's them not wanting to see you be the greatest version of yourself, because they knew that that meant that the two of you would cease to exist together, right? And I'm seeing a whole great deal of yellow here, which is why I'm pretty sure that Leo's mantra is I shine, and to pay special attention to the sunflower. So your last two oracle cards, because y'all reading is the longest. Oh my goodness, Leo, what is really going on in America? I love your face. Can you share some of that good old energy over here with your Taurus friend? Because I don't even think I have Leo in my chart either. So, you know, you could just blow a little bit of that on over here. You know what I'm saying? Send your girl some lottery numbers or something. Much appreciated. If I could have a little position on your court or something, I think I'd make a really good jester. Just saying. Think about it. Be like an advisor, you know, that does funny stuff. I'll wear the hat, you know. Give me a job. Okay, so the other oracle card you guys have is the Age of Light. You have been training for this for lifetimes. Yes. That's why I say, dude, this is a divine calling. Like, You guys' lives are about to change in a way you could never have possibly fathomed. So all of the work that you've done, like y'all are about to be a testament to people of what happens when you do the work. When you see where you messing up and you sow them seeds and you tend to the garden of your soul, y'all are about to be a testament to people about what that looks like and how it is that you do it, like what the byproduct is. And that is going to inspire more people to want to take that path. Next card that we have is the Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? I can tell you what, that person that's sitting up here trying to stop you from getting to your destiny, you better let that tower fall. Hashtag the tower. I love your face. So since we've already been here long enough, Leo, let me get up out y'all face. I got other things, other readings I gotta finish. But I love you guys dearly. If you would like to chit chat about this, hit your girl up. Because this is like buku serious. Did not see this going in this direction. But like I said, y'all, it's a lot of yellow that I'm seeing. Your sunflower, your eye shine. Really tune into this because your life about to change. But like I said, give your girl a job. Send me application or something. You know, 401k benefits. You know, if I can get a little dental and vision y'all have. Well, I don't really need child care because the kid's kind of old, you know. But, yeah, so, you know, take care of my moving expenses into the castle and things, you know. It's, you know, I think I'd be a good bodyguard, too. I'll give you free readings all the time if you give me a job. So, just throwing that out there. Little incentive. You'd want to look at this face every day, right, Leo? Little that? Oh, okay. Love your face. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.